Yoruba cosmology begins with a descent. The supreme creator sent the deity Oduduwa down from the heavens on a chain, suspended over a dark primordial ocean. Oduduwa scattered a handful of soil onto the water, dropped a 5-toed rooster to spread the earth, and forged the first dry land. Today, the descendants of that creation story number in the tens of millions. The Yoruba are a demographic force rooted in West Africa, with a cultural footprint that has crossed oceans to shape societies in North and South America. This origin myth functions as a foundational philosophy. It provided the structure for an expanding civilization, where every leader, artist, and citizen traces their existence back to that single creative act. The physical center of this civilization lies in present-day southwest Nigeria, extending into the Republic of Benin and Togo. The map centers on the ancient city of Ile-Ife. By the 12th century, Ile-Ife was a sophisticated urban center. Residents walked on courtyards paved with stone and pottery shards, while artisans operated industrial-scale glass manufacturing hubs. They produced iridescent beads that became highly sought-after trade items across the Sahara. This combination of spiritual significance and advanced manufacturing turned Ile-Ife into a regional engine. The city generated the wealth and authority that drove the expansion of the wider Yoruba culture. Over centuries, descendants migrated from Ile-Ife to found city-states like Benin and Ijebu. The balance of power eventually shifted north to the Kingdom of Oyo. Located in the open savannas, Oyo possessed a unique strategic advantage over the forest-based kingdoms. The drier terrain was free from the diseases that killed horses in the deep forest, allowing Oyo to build specialized cavalry units. These highly mobile archers dominated the region, providing Oyo with the military force needed to control the trans-Saharan trade routes. While Ile-Ife focused on spiritual diplomacy, Oyo relied on mobility and force. Shifting to savanna-based cavalry transformed Oyo into the dominant empire in West Africa. The head of the empire was the Ile-Ife. Known as the owner of the palace, the Ile-Ife was considered a companion to the gods. His authority was so absolute that his face remained hidden behind a beaded veil during public appearances. However, the Ile-Ife faced strict limits. His power was regulated by the Oyo Messi, a senate of 7 noblemen who controlled the military and represented the interests of the people. If an Ile-Ife became a tyrant, the Oyo Messi could issue a formal rejection. They would present the king with an empty calabash gourd or a dish of parrot eggs. This signaled that the gods and the people no longer supported his rule, and by constitutional law, the Ile-Ife was required to commit ritual suicide. Oyo's stability relied on this shared political structure. The system of checks and balances ensured that the highest authority in the empire answered to the same legal and cosmic standards as his subjects. This respect for balance stems from the concept of Ashe. It is the divine energy that regulates the universe, flowing through all living things and every action. Yoruba artists sought to physically manifest this energy. By the 1300s, Ife sculptors produced bronze and copper heads with striking realism. The precise facial markings and calm expressions were intended to represent the inner spiritual power held within the person. To navigate the forces of Ashe, the Yoruba use Ifa, a binary system of divination. A priest reads patterns created by casting palm nuts to access a massive body of oral poetry, providing specific guidance for personal and social problems. Public life is also shaped by the Egungun masquerades. When a dancer wears the spinning, multi-layered fabric, they are believed to be a vessel for ancestors who return to the physical world to offer guidance to the living. This spirituality is built directly into the environment. In the Osun-Osogo Grove, organic architecture is integrated into the dense forest, creating a space where the natural world and the divine are inseparable. Art, mathematical divination, and public festivals functioned as cultural binders. They created a social fabric that remained intact through centuries of migration and conflict. In the late 18th century, internal civil wars caused the Oyo Empire to fracture. The resulting chaos left millions of Yoruba people vulnerable to the transatlantic slave trade. Millions were marched to the coast along paths like the Badagry slave route. They were then forced onto ships and transported across the Atlantic to labor in the Americas. Enslaved Yoruba people preserved their worldview through a process of syncretism. They often masked their deities behind the identities of Catholic saints. In domestic shrines, these hidden practices allowed them to maintain their ancestral faith under the conditions of slavery. Those hidden traditions eventually emerged as massive belief systems. Today, religions like Candomblé in Brazil and Santeria in Cuba are practiced openly, with vibrant festivals that draw millions of followers. The institution of slavery attempted to isolate and erase Yoruba identity, yet it resulted in a global expansion. It carried the religion across the Atlantic, where it continues to be practiced by millions today. In West Africa, British colonial forces arrived in the 19th century and drew new borders that fractured traditional Yoruba territories across multiple colonies. Despite colonial attempts at administrative control, the Yoruba people experienced a massive demographic and cultural resurgence following independence. They now drive growth in modern metropolises like Lagos, a global center for trade and technology. Traditional structures have remained active alongside modern democracy. The traditional monarchy maintains an unbroken lineage, and titles like the Ile-Ife still command significant cultural authority today. The Yoruba civilization functions as a continuous, active presence. From 12th century glass industries of Ife to the modern growth of Lagos and the traditions of the diaspora, it remains a society shaped by a single, shared cultural heritage.